Your mom goes to college. What's up? Stephen Platinum here. So last night, I managed to get a hold of that Anarchy show on Fight TV. First time experience watching something on Fight TV myself. It was cool. It was easy peasy lemon squeezy. So Hardcore Hell 22 happened. I was trying to figure out what form I was going to take with it. Would I do a show review? That kind of thing. And then lo and behold, our beloved Larry Goodman on gwhnewsandnotes.blogspot.com, he already has his Anarchy report up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through his report and then just throw my 2 cents in of different things I'm thinking. I have a huge full disclosure planned for tomorrow, by the way. And later on, I'm going to do my report about Danny Hodge on Patreon, about the relationship that I had with him and that kind of thing. It's pretty great. Let's get into it. Anarchy pulled out all the stops at Hardcore Hell 22 and pulled out a great show, easily their best of 2020. Pretty great start. When I would read the Larry Goodman reports about PCW when I was running it, my stomach would tighten up when I saw that he had the report up. It's what we want. It's what's important. It's what's great. It's what's important about GWH. What's important about Georgia wrestling history. And allow me to be a dickhead here. It's why when all of these guys are like, I'm going to start my own website. I'm going to start my own thing. And yeah, but you don't fucking matter. When's the last time you scoured one of these places for a show report? And then when's the last time any of those show reports mattered or showed up anywhere else of note as well? Exactly. It was a circus of pro wrestling with a diverse variety of acts. The only thing missing was the violent gimmick match that has been stock and trade at Hardcore Hell throughout the years. I agree with that. As soon as Larry said that, I went, oh yeah, they didn't have like the super violent match. But then Larry goes on. That's not a complaint. It was a breath of fresh air that they didn't feel the need to go there. First and foremost, it was a wrestling show. And I agree with that. I think there was really nothing built to the point where you could have had a violent match. I'm glad they didn't have it. And that crowd was packed, which is another thing to talk about. Anarchy is going back in an effort to find their future. 20-year veterans Todd Sexton and the returning Sal Rinauro won their matches against up-and-comers. The fans were treated to a reunion of former Wildside Tag Team champions. A former Anarchy champion and Landmark Arena favorite returned as the next top challenger to Anarchy champion Shane Marks. The show drew a full house to the Landmark Arena, which was announced as a sellout, 225, worst case scenario, meaning there was probably much more in the building. I've heard that there's as many as 300. If more than a handful of hands were wearing masks, it was not apparent on the video. I mean, I think that's true. They were not wearing masks, and the building was packed. The broadcast team for Fight TV pay-per-view was John Johnson and John Feltner. Johnson in particular did a fantastic job. Yeah, let me fucking get on my high horse here. John Johnson was great. I'm also going to listen to the last Southern Honor show to really assess Gerald and Brandon. But as of now, John Johnson is your commentator of the year. I'm just telling you. Feltner was good. John Johnson was great. That's just me speaking the truth. He's the commentator of the year. I feel like it should be two different awards. Because you have announcers of the year. Announcer as commentator is not the same thing. And we've been talking about this on Facebook forever. Everybody knows how I feel about it. I would just assume they've thrown out the fucking award 2 years ago. But if we're going to do it, then it should be two separate things. My opinion, I'll talk to Larry more about it. I talked to him about it earlier today. Yeah. The show clocked in at 2 hours 40 minutes, which was longer than many of Anarchy's pay-per-views, but felt about right for the scope of this show. I agree. I found myself going like, wow, their main went the right amount of time, and the show length was the right amount. The referees were David Weekley, Daryl Hall, D. Byers, and Jennifer, what the fuck? JYNNYFYR. The fuck? That can't be right. That can't be real, right? Is that how she really spells her fucking name? Did her parents only have 4 working keys on the fucking typewriter when they named her? Jesus fucking Christ. All right. Sorry. You know how I get. 4 referees. By the way, with the exception of JYNNYFYR, those are all referees of the year in the past. Yeah. Pretty fucking great. I noted how good the referees were in the chat that I was having with Myron, and to a lesser extent Larry. Larry didn't jump in very often. It was mostly me and Myron fucking blowing that chat up. So if you didn't jump in on that chat on Fight TV, you fucking missed out, because me and Myron were fucking sexy and awesome as always. Match number 1, Nick Halen defeated TV champion Tyler Culprit. I'm not going to read through Larry's review. I'm just using it as a touchstone for me. Here's things that I did not know. I did not know how good Nick Halen was. Though after talking to Larry recently, Larry said Nick Halen wasn't that good 15 years ago. So he was good. Fucking Nick Halen's punches were stellar. Tyler Culprit was great. I loved the finish, which was they went to the time limit. And then, but Tyler Culprit had him down and he hit him with the raindrop right before the bell. And so, Tyler Culprit wanted to keep going, but, Halen, rolled out of the ring in the overtime and just used the umbrella to hang on to his title by DQ. I thought it was fucking really great. Just really great. It was great to see Tyler Culprit in action, too. And selfishly, it was great that he held on to his TV title. Why? Because after AEW does its show today, and I get that report, I am doing a top 10 fucking wrestlers. I may do that for the commentary of the Full Disclosure tomorrow, because it's the last Full Disclosure of the year. I want it to be the biggest one of the year. So I'll probably do a P list of the top 10 wrestlers in Georgia at the end of 2020. Fucking excited. And Tyler, by holding on to his TV title, even though he lost the Pro South title, may still be in that top 10. We'll have to see. Brian Blaze and Adrian Hawkins in a war of words. And that massive pull apart. They did one pull apart. I said one of the things that was great about this show is they did things only once and they did them well. One pull apart, one lights out return, one shit. Basically, that's your good booking cue, right? They didn't overdo pull aparts. They didn't overdo run-ins. They didn't overdo returning people. They didn't overdo any of it. And they didn't overdo one sort of gimmicky finish. This was our gimmicky finish, right? Great shit. The pull apart was really good. What did Larry say? Hawkins was great as a babyface and the fans were into him. It was as if Southern Fried didn't have a show in this very building 3 weeks ago. Any wrestling locker room would be fortunate to have Blaze as part of it. Damn, Larry fucking loved Brian Blaze. It was a great promo and a great look. A wonderfully retro video announced the return of Danny Only. We know this because JJ said the jacket with a hand grenade buried along with the beer cans in the video belonged to Only. Yes, JJ covered their ass all night long. They didn't have the usual technical snafus, though a couple of the videos played a little slow and that kind of thing. Backstage vignette with Heritage Champion Scott Mason talking about spending his first Christmas with Harriet, as he calls his title belt. The lights went out and some unknown person absconded with Mason's precious VHS tape. Huh. Second match was Sal Renaro, after a year absence in the building, defeated Spiral in 11-16. Really good. First time seeing Spiral do his thing. Man, he's good. Man, he's good. Larry sort of noted that it's weird that they didn't have Spiral win, but I suspected because Spiral is always fucking drama. And he always has a weird thing about doing business and all that stuff. And it turns out from people I talked to that was the case. That Spiral didn't want to fucking lose and he just a pain in the ass to deal with. So it's probably his last match in Anarchy for a while. So it goes. And they love Sal. Not a big deal. Third match, David Ali, Dynamic Dexter. Dexter dominated this match, and Larry noted it too. Larry writes, the diminutive Dexter dominated the Southern Honor Wrestling champion for the great majority of the match and came close to pinning him. It was mind-boggling. I still can't believe what I saw. But David Ali did win. But again, I'm just going to say this. My note on that is the boys have to fucking protect themselves. I always talk to all the PCW champions and like, you know what this means? You're not going to go and fucking, it doesn't mean you can't job. It's more of the presentation that you have on other shows that I worried about. Just saying. Scott Mason defeated Azrael. Mason came out with Harriet in the stroller. Azrael's entrance and his new gear ruled. I agree, Larry. His chops were amazing, and you could actually hear the crowd response over the video and how excited they were for the rest of the show. It really, really got them going. Azrael has put on weight, and so I was worried about what the finish was going to look like. But it was great. Mason hitting him with that running knee. Then he brought the chair into the ring, and I'm like, damn. But then music played. And there was Gabriel / Chad Parnham. He's got the VHS tape. Parnham looked the part, man. That guy fucking looked great. Holy shit. Like, that was fucking thrilling for me. Lost Boys, I hadn't seen them since they were doing their thing. And it was fucking great. And then the Lost Boys hit him with the time warp. It was tremendous, and it looked fucking great. And again, all right, here I go. Why not this show for show of the year? You're going to tell me it's not in contention? Big returns, big finish, big match feel, shocks, huge crowd. I'm saying this show should be one of the fucking nominees. Convince me I'm wrong. Okay. Scott Mason, we just went over that. Matt Hankins and a mystery partner. And Griff Garrison and Ben Buchanan, who are the Anarchy Tag Champs. So there's all these things I didn't like about this, right? Oh, they're gonna have the babyface authority figure pick stuff for the heel. It just feels really stupid. But oh, they made it work. So then, Bull Buchanan's promo sending Brian and Shane Marks away. You guys will get paid. Just go to the back. I fucking laughed. And then he's like, I got your partner, and it's Curry Man, who's dancing. By the way, Hankins' entrance with the hammer pants and the whole fucking thing, just so fucking great and hilarious. And he's cementing himself for fucking manager of the year again. I'm not saying because of this entrance, but because of the whole fucking Hankins thing, man. And so Hankins has got this Curry Man partner who ends up being Bill fucking Behrens, showing his ass in that fucking dancing, which further made it fucking great. Behrens was fucking, what does Larry say? Awesomely ridiculous in the gimmick. Yes. He avoids the tag and then he reveals himself to be Behrens. Then fucking Garrison hits Hankins with that discus forearm and Hankins sells the shit out of it. Then Ben kind of manhandles him. And then Ben hits Garrison with this fucking lariat and Hankins pins him. Undeniable are the new champions. Ben hands both titles to Hankins. Behrens tries to grab one of them. Ben commandeers the mic in the announcer's booth, and he's just going off. It was fucking great. They had the swerve. They had the one fucking pull apart. They had the fucking returning person. They had the one lights out. It's all working, folks. The one wonky finish that ends up working. This was the big fucking swerve. It just worked. Todd Sexton and Alex Kane. This match, a lot of the people booed the finish because Sexton was just in the building a few weeks ago as the major heel of Southern Fried. I thought that was just really weird that they would just go Sexton as a babyface and Sexton winning. And I'm sure they have plans from here on in, so that's fine. And then our main event, folks. If people are going to have to, when it comes time, are going to have to send in matches and have to convince me that this was not match of the year or shouldn't be one of the 3 nominees. It's really fucking good. Yeah, the finish got a little wonky, but fuck, it was good. So Shane Marks wins and ends the year as Peach State and Anarchy champion. Do you think that's going to matter in the top 10? Yeah, it's going to matter. Hankins cuts the promo. Right on cue, Jacob Ashworth appeared in the entranceway to a big pop. And then apparently, for the people not watching on Fight TV but that were there, Hankins cuts a promo after Ashworth cuts a promo. Big shit. Folks, get to gwhnewsandnotes.blogspot.com and read that report. Watching that show, I had a ball. I have fun watching wrestling. I have fun watching good wrestling. And Anarchy has put on 2 of the things that I've enjoyed the most during 2020. I love their empty arena shit. And I love this show. I did not care for the outside show nearly as much. I'll be honest. But they put on 2 fucking great shows that I saw. So comment below or write to me in general. What are the other fucking great shows that have happened this year? And for those watching AWE tonight, is Show of the Year one of the shows of the year? What is Southern Honor's best pitch? What is Southern Fried's best pitch? Because after yesterday, I know what Anarchy's best pitch is. And if you don't bring your fucking best pitch, you're going to get hit out of the park and replaced. See you for full disclosure.